You may think the idea of a Renaissance man stopped in the 16th century, but Walter Russell is a 20th century Renaissance man. He was a Renaissance painter, a sculptor, an author, a lecturer, a musician, and an architect. But what really drew me to him is that in 1921, he returned from a 39-day trance claiming that he had discovered the universal laws of creation. He sent his findings to 500 scientists. 499 of them laughed, but Nikola Tesla said, "Lock these in a vault for 1,000 years, humanity is not ready." His findings have been the only thing on my mind and have changed my life since I found out about him. I'll tell you all about them and him today. I make daily videos about art and artists, so follow me to learn. Walter Russell was born May 19th, 1871 in Boston. He left school at just 9 years old and supported himself as a church organist and a hotel musician, and somehow saved up enough money to put himself into art school. He studied in Boston and Paris, and by 1894, he lived in New York. His rise was immediate. A newspaper wrote, "He came from Boston and at once became a great artistic success." At 29, he attracted widespread attention with this painting called The Might of Ages. By 1903, Russell had published 3 children's books, was still on top of his game painting, and made his mark as a builder. He created $30 million in cooperative apartments and is credited with developing cooperative apartment ownership into a sound economic model. At 56, he began sculpting and quickly rose to the top, creating the Mark Twain Memorial and Franklin D. Roosevelt's Four Freedoms Monument. But let's get back to the illumination he experienced in 1921. For 39 days, he barely ate or drank, and said his consciousness traveled to the source of all knowledge. When he broke out of his trance, he wrote non-stop for days, producing books like The Universal One, The Secret of Light, and A New Concept of the Universe. He believed that the biggest mistake of science was shutting the creator out of creation. He described God not as a figure, but as the invisible, motionless, sexless, undivided, and unconditioned white magnetic light of mind that centers all things. He believed that all energy is rhythmic and that everything vibrates, breathes, and pulses. And that if you learn and connect with the rhythm, you can master energy itself. He said that duality was an illusion. Things like good versus evil or life versus death were just two ends of one spectrum. The universe doesn't fight, it balances. And he said that time is not a line, but a spiral of the past, present, and future, and that every moment exists simultaneously. Nearing the end of his life, he got married to a woman named Daisy Stebbing, who changed her name to Lau Russell. They went on a road trip across the country looking for a place to establish a museum for his work. They ended up at the Winona Mansion in Virginia, where they founded the University of Science and Philosophy. On May 19th, 1963, Walter Russell died on his 92nd birthday. Whether you think he's a visionary or just a creative dreamer, his story is proof that creativity has no limits.